Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you? And welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. Now in this video I am going to be bringing you a Heroes vs Villains gameplay as Chewbacca, and I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Chewbacca, his abilities, and what star cards I've been using as him. So I didn't unlock Chewbacca until the end of December, and I didn't really touch him, but when I did play as him, I realised that he was really OP, and I quickly started to unlock some star cards for him and get to grips with his abilities. And I've been getting some really good high scoring games with Chewbacca since then. Now he is getting a nerf, and the patch could come as soon as tomorrow, and I apologise if you're watching this video after the patch. He will have been nerfed probably, but we don't have confirmation or any patch information whatsoever right now. We don't even know a date at the moment because it hasn't been approved, so I thought I'd make this video because it's quite different, it's kind of fun, and I understand that it may be patched by the time you're watching this, but Chewbacca's really good, and I made a video about a week ago showcasing Finn, and I thought Finn was the best hero in the game. I hadn't really tried Chewbacca at that point, and then since then I fell more in love with Emperor Palpatine and Chewbacca. They're both really good. Emperor Palpatine is really powerful and definitely is going to be getting a nerf, I'd assume. So I'm going to be talking about his abilities and the star cards I've been using on him right now for the next couple of moments, and then I'll give you a chance to see the rest of the gameplay, which I actually come first in the leaderboard. That's typically what happens when you play as Chewbacca. He's just really powerful and gets loads of score. I do die a few times, but at the same time I get tons of kills, and it felt like I was playing by myself with my team. My team just were not helpful whatsoever. On Heroes vs Villains, you can have some incredible teammates, and then you can get into games where there's AFK players, like we see the Captain Phasma at the start of this game, and then teammates that just are crap and just do their own thing. So Chewbacca has 3 abilities: the Shock Grenade, Furious Bowcaster, and Charge Slam. I actually find the Shock Grenade really helpful. This was a ability that I was going into Chewbacca thinking this isn't going to be as helpful as, you know, the Specialist one, but in Heroes vs Villains it's very useful, especially when there's a group of villains together and they're all lightsaber heroes and you're on your own, you throw it, and then you can use the Charge Slam so you can just run into them and blast them away, do some damage, and then activate Furious Bowcaster and take some of them out in 3, 4, 5 shots. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, and that's what I really like about Chewbacca. You can chain his abilities in a sequence unlike a lot of the other heroes, so you can stun them and damage them and slow them down, but then you can also Charge Slam them so you do even more damage, so they're stunned even further and they're further away from you. And on top of that, you can use Furious Bowcaster to deal tons of damage. Now, his Bowcaster also has a hold down, so when it's in its standard form and not using its ability, you can get extra damage just by holding down the button and then firing. So these are the star cards that I use daily with Chewbacca. So we have a rare extended shock star card. The Shock Grenade will shock enemies for 30% longer, but have a 20% longer recharge time. Now, the 20% is 20% across the board, whether it's common all the way to epic. So that does not change, but the length of time does increase all the way up to 40% with that epic card, I believe. Now, 30% is pretty decent. That's a nice increase, and I think it's well worth the trade for the amount of time you have to wait, because you do use it often, but there isn't always moments where you can use it. It has limited throwing range as well, to be honest. It's not something that you can throw quite the distance, and it doesn't bounce, of course, so you do need to be accurate with it. The second star card I've been using is Furious Resilience, and this is uncommon at the moment. So you receive 10% less damage from blasters while Furious Bowcaster is active. This isn't always good in Heroes vs Villains because most people do typically pick lightsaber heroes, and you may get 3 out of 4 with a lightsaber. But when you're in situations where you're on Galactic Assault and you need Chewbacca to wipe out some stormtroopers, it's really helpful because you take 10% less damage and you can fire for longer and get more kills. but again, it can be helpful in Heroes vs Villains if you're facing someone like Iden or Phasma that can do a lot of damage with their blasters. Finally, I have Echoing Roar in its rare form. Kills made while Furious Bowcaster is active extends its duration by 30%. So in Heroes vs Villains, you typically get your kills with Furious Bowcaster. This increases the damage and the output of the Bowcaster. And when you're aiming down sights and it's a tighter burst, you deal more Bowcaster bolts on one target. So even at range, it's very helpful. And basically, if you get a kill on Kylo Ren, the duration is extended by 30%. So the time you've taken trying to take out Kylo Ren has literally just been brought back up. And if there's a second enemy like Darth Maul in the area, you can switch your attention to him and fire those Furious bolts at him. So I really like this star card, and I'm probably going to upgrade it to Epic, but I'm waiting out for the patch to see what changes regarding Chewbacca. Because if he is nerfed a lot and isn't very powerful, I'm definitely going to be stepping away from Chewbacca for some time. That's all I've got to say about Chewbacca, other than the fact he is my favourite hero right now in Battlefront, but of course that could all change in the coming days with the next patch. Let me know your thoughts on Chewbacca down below. Let me know what star cards you've been using, or if this has helped you want to unlock Chewbacca if you haven't unlocked him already, or what star cards you may have taken in inspiration from this video. Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. If you'd like to see more like this, then do let me know in the comment section below, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay. See you in the next video. Goodbye.
Strategies strongly advised. Target recognized. Chewbacca has been incapacitated. Opponent marked.
You